In this lesson, I'm going to deal with the undercutting of the front of the shirt and the cuffs. I've lifted up my tilting bench so that I can get at this surface. I get this a good working height. Otherwise, we're down here and you get a lot of backache. So if you don't have a tilting bench, do find some way of elevating, bringing this up at a good working height. Clean up the bottom edge of the front of the shirt. We're going to leave about 3 mil, an eighth of an inch, something like that. You don't have to mark it, but you do need to know where it is. Our problem here is that the grain is going in this direction and we're working down the end grain of the wood, always tricky. And the best way to approach it is across. So we can start by removing some of the wood here, and we can do that either with a deepish gouge, like so, or indeed, if it's narrower, the V-tool. We're looking for the least undercut that we can get away with. It's quite tricky to do, so the least work the better. 20-30 degrees is probably quite ample. It doesn't have to be as much as at the back, which was much easier to do. So we start by removing some of the wood within that sort of area that we've estimated. What we have to try and do is get this face here parallel to the top one so that it's going underneath visually. So across the grain, a bit of a slice, cleaning this up here, and across the grain either like this with a bit of a slice this way, or just pushing across, clean those faces up. And you have a choice here down the bottom whether you leave it from a deep gouge like this, so that you're rounding in, or you come to an actual angle, an actual junction. I think I prefer the junction, and if you're going to do that, then I'll just mention this here. By all means, use a V-tool in here. This is a 45-degree V-tool. Sometimes that will get in tighter places, so you might like to think about that. But once you get close to where find the right tool here, where the junction is, you can just push with your thumb, push that corner across, slicing the wood this way. So the corner goes to the junction there, and then just marry in with this way. So what you want to be left with is a nice tidy junction. And if you're finding that a problem, again, the V-tool, just to run that along there, just to give you a nice finish. So this surface, just to recap, this surface goes underneath as if it's paralleling this one. 20 to 30 degrees is probably enough. We'll check that later when you put the shirt upright. Get it nice and clean and follow this all the way along, in and out, all the way from side to side. When we've completely finished the undercutting between the front and the back parts of the shirt all the way along, we can turn to the cuffs on either side.